Hello viewers, this is Paladin of Odin, and this is some more Magic the Gathering Online. This is another episode of the Standard Commentary Series. So a first turn Hardened Scales from the Scales deck, and a first turn followed by second turn Jotty Offshoot on the ramp side. What flavor of ramp is he playing? Green and red. Thanks to the double offshoot, he's up to 24. So far, nothing exciting from the Hardened Scales deck. It'd be quite helpful if he could play something like a Managorger Hydra right here. Undergrowth Champion. Now that is a dangerous creature in a Hardened Scales deck. 3 Jotty Offshoots. Holy crap. That is going to be a lot of life. Up to 27. So, every landfall will get the champion 2 counters, so he's up to a 4/4 right now. And Hangerback Walker for 2 comes into play with 2 1/1 counters thanks to Scales. Attacks in with the 4/4. Chooses to take the damage because he's got 27 life. No reason to sacrifice a Jotty Offshoot right here. And second main phase, Dramoka's command to turn the Hangerback Walker into a 4/4 and kill one of the offshoots. And this is Pilgrimage. Only 2 lands. He doesn't have Spell Mastery. But 1 land from the Pilgrimage, 1 land from his hand, and he gains 4 life. So he's back up to 27. Another land will make the champion a 6/6. And he attacks all in. 6/6 and a 4/4 Hangerback Walker. Unfortunately, the Scales deck is down to 2 cards in his hand, so he's not going to have very many options. And honestly, if I was the ramp deck, I would just take the 10 damage here. Another Dramoka's command turns the Hangerback into a 6/6, killing another offshoot. So he takes the 12 damage, goes down to 15. 1 offshoot left for the mono green ramp with red. He has 5 mana in play. If he plays 1 from his hand, he'll have 6. He can play Nissa's Renewal. He could play Explosive Vegetation. Or Oblivion Sower, which is also a damn fine blocker at 5/8. He only manages to steal 1 land, though. He gets rid of a Death Mist Raptor. Citadel Siege would have been perfect for Scales right here. And a Den Protector would have been really good too, because he could have gotten a Dramoka's command back. Landfall turns the Undergrowth Champion into an 8/8. He does have a Morph in play, which probably is a Den Protector, though he is running the Raptor. And he attacks in with the champion and the Morph. Now the ramp deck did see Death Mist Raptor, so he knows he's taking a chance here blocking the Morph. And it is the Death Mist Raptor. Hardened Scales turns him into a 5/5, but he's 1 short of surviving an encounter with the Oblivion Sower. They both die, the offshoot dies, and the ramp deck takes 0 damage. But the Scales deck is on 0 cards. Nissa's Revelation. Never seen anybody play this before. 7 mana, scry 5, reveal the top card of your library. If it's a creature, draw cards equal to its power and gain life equal to its toughness. So, he finds Ulamog. So he draws 10 cards and gains 10 life. So he's back to 27. And now he has to... Oh, he gets to play a land, so now he has to discard 5 cards. But I'm sure he doesn't care. Now he has probably everything that he needs. So, popping the Windswept Heath gets the champion up to 10-10, and then he uses the mana to buff up the Hangerback Walker to an 8-8. So, double Dragonlord Dramoka, Nissa's Pilgrimage, or Dragonlord Atarka, excuse me. Oblivion Sower, and an Evolving Wilds. All things that he doesn't really need. Though the Oblivion Sower would have been kind of nice to be able to chump block, you know, the Undergrowth Champion. Gideon, ally of Zendikar. Makes a Night token. And in goes the attack for 18 damage. Takes him down to 9. Shrine of the Forsaken Gods from the ramp side. And he goes big with 5, 7, 8, 9, 10 for Ulamog. So he gets to exile 2 permanents. I'm guessing the Undergrowth Champion and the Hangerback Walker. So there go the Scales deck's big beaters, and now he's facing off against Ulamog. He is running white, so he could have Stasis Snare to get rid of Ulamog. And that's about it. He's not running black, so he can't do an Utter End. But in the chat, yeah, it is really hard to beat a guy who just drew 10 cards and gained 10 life, and then followed it up by playing Ulamog. And then the Scales deck was talking about adding black to his deck, which was pretty much what I was just talking about. He makes another Night token. Oh, man. It is theoretically possible for the Scales deck to win here. And then he plays Nissa's Renewal. Never mind. I was going to say, he's on 9 life. You know, it's entirely possible to be able to do 9 damage. But he just Nissa's Renewaled and gained 7 life. Now he's up to 16. And he's using a ton of mana to play a Hangerback Walker for 3, so he has a 3/3 Hangerback Walker. In goes Ulamog. Away go the top 20 cards of his deck. And the game's pretty much over, because on the next attack, he decks him, he can just pass from there, and he decks. And he draws his card and concedes. That was actually a really good match. I was not expecting this card. Seriously, I've never seen anybody play this card. And it pretty much turned the tide completely around. You know, if he hadn't played Nissa's Revelation, he probably would have died quite easily to that crazy Undergrowth Champion and Hangerback Walker Hardened Scales. But the video's almost 10 minutes long, so I'm going to end the video there. That was Green-White Scales versus Green-Red Ramp. And if you liked what you saw, hit that like and subscribe button for me, and I'll see you in the next video.